guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here with an exciting journal to share with you guys today. I am so excited. This is going to be the first of many projects like this year. I don't know if some of you might remember on Serene Bookworks channel. If you aren't subscribed, go check her out. But on her channel, she did a video sometime around November, December, where we made a signature. Each of us, our little friend group, made a signature to put into a book to replace a book that got stolen for another one of our friends. And that book came out super amazing, and it was such a fun project to do that we decided that this year we were going to do it for each of us so everyone could have a book made up of signatures made by all of our little friend group. And, you know, it's just such a fun idea, and this is the first one, and I got to put it together. So I got all the signatures in and I got to bind them together. So this is what I made out of all the signatures that I got. This book is actually going to Kim, since she was the one who started it last year with her book for Janine, which is such a super cool book. I will definitely link it down below so you guys can see it and kind of get a better idea of what's going on here. But the fun thing about these books, even though we have like a very small page count, is that everybody sent the chunkiest signatures possible. Like, I feel attacked. These signatures are so huge, and they're only 10 pages a piece, and it's just, I mean, everybody did such cool stuff, and it came out gigantic because every signature was just full to the brim. And I actually have a 5.5-inch cover, if you guys can believe that. And for the cover, I thought it would be nice. The theme of the book is Gothic fantasy, to do a corseted spine with some ribbon that I had to kind of match the colors of the book. And if you guys might remember, also in December I did A Witch in the Woods, and in that video I said I would tell you guys how I built the cover with the spine like this in a tutorial. So that's actually going to come out after this video goes up, because that video was like full of spoilers, so I didn't want to put it out first. But there is a tutorial coming within either a day or two, but it'll be out there so you guys can see how I built this cover in particular and how that works. But like I said, it is massive. The cover page is 9x6, and so the spine is 5.5 inches. It's only half an inch shorter than the actual cover page, and I mean, it's huge. And I know it's really hard, like I can't get the top and the bottom in at the same time, so I will kind of try to break it down for you guys so you can see that. This is what it looks like from the top, and it is just so fun. Everybody kind of took the theme and interpreted it a little bit differently, and you can see there's like a different tone in every signature. And this is the side view. Like, look at that. That's just so cool. And I thought this is such a great idea for all of us to do together. And I'm just so happy with how it came out, how it looks. And that is the back cover. So for the cover, it's just a piece of faux leather that I got from April. So thank you, April. And I grunged it up with some Distress Oxide and black soot to get some inking around the edges. And then I dripped black ink, like straight up Liquitex black ink, down the side. And got this like really cool runny effect all around all the edges. And I decided to keep the cover really simple because the insides are so lush that, like, you know, I'm gonna let them speak for themselves. Plus, since it's such a since it's such a big book, I didn't want to do anything too chunky on the cover because it's not gonna open well and just be kind of a struggle. So I just did a black doily that I stamped and embossed with some pearl white embossing powder to get this like cool spiderweb effect. And then I have this little wood cutout from Halloween that I've been saving in my stash. So I inked on this and painted it with some chalkboard paint, and then embossed that with some black embossing powder, and then went over it with some Prima Opal Magic in the color Royal Robes. And it's their wax, so I just went over that to pick out some of the details and bring in some more of that purple color to match the spine and to kind of match the rest of the book. Not everybody did purple, but a lot of us did, so it kind of works out. The closure is just really simple. I didn't get too carried away with it. I just colored up some seam binding with some spray ink in the color mauve, and then ran that through my Distress Oxide black soot, and then also added some brushed iron Prima metallic wax to kind of give it a little bit of sparkle, but also to make it look like grungy and dirty and gothic-y, because mauve on its own I don't think is very gothic. So let's crack this open. So, I don't know how easy this is going to be to show, or if I should lay it flat, like, it's going to be a little tricky to see everything. There's a little sneak peek of what is to come. But for the inside, like I said, there is a tutorial on how to build this whole cover, but you can see I just kind of inked up this back piece with some, I didn't ink it, I painted it with some black gesso, and then went over it with some of this glitterific paint that Shayna tipped me off to from Folk Art. And then went back over it with some more black gesso in a stencil to kind of mute it down a little bit so it wasn't so sparkly. And then this is just a paper I have been hoarding in my stash. And I hope that Kim likes it because I wasn't going to use it for anything ever, but then it just was too perfect so it matched the book. And so for this first signature, and like I didn't get any info from anybody on how they did their signatures or what they put in it. So this is just all my guesstimations and exaggerations. So bear with me. They can correct it in the comments below. I think a couple of them may have filmed their signatures themselves, so you might see a video flip through of what they actually did in their signatures. I know April did for sure. So if you have more questions, ask them in the comments, and people might tell you what they put in their signatures. So for this first signature, like I said, is Shayna's. She has this really beautiful flocked paper for the outside, and then there's like this layered fabric pocket with this giant tag and this really pretty flower like applique and some cool stitching on the back. Also, if you don't have a cup of coffee or tea and aren't ready to sit down and buckle up, this is going to be a long ride, so I suggest you pause the video, grab those, and then come back because you might want some snacks or something because we're going to be here for a minute. There's this cool piece of printed on vellum with really beautiful rose pattern. There is this really cool like tarot card with Serenity on there, which is perfect because it's going to Kim, and her YouTube channel is Serene Bookworks. This really gorgeous dyed paper that she stamped and stitched on. And Shayna, if you don't do a tutorial on how you dye your paper, well, I'll shake you when I see you next because you have to. She embossed black on black. This little goth here. It's really pretty trim. And then there's this little like collaged and stamped little piece that she stamped on some of this like canvas fabric. And this grid paper. Just more scrapbook paper. There is like a lace flip up and this really neat pocket with all sorts of stuff in it. There is one of these cool cards. And this little like piece of like scraps that also got embossed on, and an envelope like fold out piece with a cute little charm on it. And I don't think that was exactly how it was, but we'll just have to go with it for now. And then I believe this is a pocket. Here it is. Ha ha ha. I've only been through these like once, so bear with me. I'm trying to remember everything that she like altered a little card onto. And it's like embossed. And it looks like she got like some rub and buff or some of that Primo wax on it. And really picked out all the detail. It might even be, no, I think it's wax. I was going to say it might be metallic cardstock, but I don't think so. There is a top spot with one of these Lotteria cards. And a little Lotteria piece here. This fabric, I know she colored and stained that way. And then there's this really cool piece. It's almost like a bookmark with this like pretty velvet like fabric and applique pieces on it. So that's really neat. Oh, it's a paper clip. It's not a tuck spot. Ha ha ha. It's a paper clip. It works as a tuck spot. But like, look, there's some more of this like gorgeous paper that she dyed. And there's like a little side tuck here, and I'm trying to keep it so that you guys can see it, but I can also hold it at the same time. So it tucks, there's like a side tuck here with some book paper, and then a little card here. I think it's another like one of those tarot oracle type cards. And then on this side is like another velveteen pocket. There's a little charm here with one of those flowers. Sewed around there. Did some embossing. She did a ton of embossing in this one. And then there's this really pretty piece at the center of the signature, and she fussy cut these, and they're on like they're like raised up on like foam pieces or something. So it's like a 3D, there you can see it, flower piece, and that's cool. And then here is like a little lace mesh pocket with a little altered bag. And this really gorgeous thing. It's a tag. And the other side of that really pretty dyed paper with like a rub-on on it. There's like some stickers or some, I know she got like a little die cut machine, so I think this is like one of her die cuts. And there's this cool little like safety pin charm. And then there's this, and it's also like a little pocket. You can tuck something in there. This really cool velveteen or flocked like belly band dude that's going on right there. And then there's some, maybe this is a rub-on. I was going to say it's a stamp, but it feels like a rub-on. Another Lotteria card and another journaling card. And then the other side of that graph paper. And then there's like a little tuck spot here with a little file folder. And it's got some little cards and journaling stuff in there. And I'm trying to go fast so this video isn't 12 hours long. So that's why it looks like I'm struggling, because I'm struggling to go faster. Another one of those cool altered paper clips. Another one of these. This Gothica embossed in silver, and the other piece of like this velveteen fabric, which I'm pretty sure she used on one of her journals. I want to say Creatures of the Night, but I don't really remember the name of it. I think it's the one she gave to April. She made the cover out of that. And then this folds out, and then there's the other side of that vellum, and this cool like goblet, and then there's some washi, and there is another little safety pin charm. And then this has a pocket. This really pretty embossed image on it. Ooh, there we go. And then that is the end of Shayna's signature. And I'm going to get a drink of water, and I will be right back. Okay, literally no time has passed for you, but it has passed for me. And we are on to the second signature. This is Kim's signature. Would help if it was more in frame. And I think it's really nice because she sent her own signature, and it's really fun. She has this great applique and this flower on the front. So you can kind of see what Kim was thinking when she picked this theme and how she interpreted it. She has a really great like journaling spot there. And then this is her own artwork, you guys, and I just think it's so cool. She did some art journaling in here. So this is like a piece of book paper that she journaled on, and then turned that into a pocket on the other side. Really cool like Gothic castle thing, clock tower, and then there's some like napkin on the back here. She did some embossing on this pocket, and one of her like altered paper clips with a little fairy charm on it. And then there is some dyed paper. I want to say coffee dyed, but I don't know. It could be tea. Who knows? And then this little like fold out here. So some washi tape that I'm pretty sure I gave her that she used in here, so I think that's pretty neat to see. And then there's like another little journaling or photo spot, some more of that really pretty dyed paper, this really gorgeous image, I love it, and there's like some little lace and like a doily back here, and then this really pretty like shiny metallic lace trim. Then there's this double-sided pockets. She's gorgeous. I'm going to have to ask Kim for the file for this one because that's so pretty. And this one too. And I love this cardstock. And there we go. Struggle. Some little lace on the front of those. Some more of that shiny metallic. This pretty collage. More coffee paper, and then this little piece that's only stuck down with some washi, so you can take it off, journal on it, put it back in there. Another pocket. And I will say, out of all the signatures, Kim was probably the only one who made the most reasonable sized one, so thank you, Kim, for making the easiest one to sew in. I didn't even make an easy one for myself to sew in. So, you know, my own worst enemy. It's a really cool moth paper. And then this little cutout, like she fussy cut this rose out and then stuck it on some black. And then did some, like found word poetry type stuff in this, music sheet. And then painted on that. So that was pretty neat. Another one of these cool collages. Cool dragon image. And then there's like a little piece of doily that's like been inked up and colored. And you can see she did the inking on this side, so that's a really cool like positive and negative effect. There is another sheet of that book page that she put that napkin onto. And then she did this too. Isn't that neat? It's just so cool that she put her own art into her signature. I really love that. And then there is a pocket here. And that just tucks in there. And then this really pretty, I think it's like sari ribbon piece. And then that is the back of her signature with this cool belly band. And that's Kim's signature. So the next one is April's. And for April's signature, what we have is this really cool, she did the whole Gothic fantasy, but more like in a futuristic, apocalyptic kind of way. Definitely getting some Mad Max vibes here. And, I mean, this is really cool. This is like some paper she had. And she did these really cool, like, mixed media type tags. And there's like, I mean, there's like lace back here, some mesh stuff, some fabric. There's like wooden keys and little cogs and gears. Let me just pull this off here. She did some like hand stitching back there. They're all colored and inked up. They're just so grungy, so cool. And then like paper is like coffee dyed, but it's also been like extra grunged. And she added these cool like dangle chunky paper clip charms to the whole thing, which is neat. And this is some paper that we got from Janine. She stitched some little lace on there. This spins out. It's like one of the pockets I gave her. And then there's some of these pages of like Braille, which kind of gives me Book of Eli vibes, if you guys have ever seen that movie. Just kind of neat. I'm gonna have to ask her if that was her like inspiration, because that's pretty cool. And then there's this like what would you call this? Like, it's not acetate exactly, like plastic stitched up tag. That's pretty cool. It tucks back there. And then like all the edges are torn, which is really neat. There is some of this like dragon scale lizard patterned fabric that makes a pocket, which is actually a pretty generous size pocket, so more stuff could definitely be tucked into there. And then she like sprayed and splattered and did all of her coloring on there. Another one of those cool plasticky type tags. And she got really creative with her pockets. Like, they are all over the place, and they're just so fun and so cool. And so I thought this was interesting because April really got outside of the box with her signature. And you can tell she had some fun, because who doesn't love to tear paper up? So there is another one of these tags. And this cool, like, Lovecraftian monster type thing. And then this is cool. It's like a little scraps fabric flip up. And then there is a little tip out here. These tips out this way. And then there's a cool image backed on some craft paper. And the other side of that paper we got from Janine. The other chunky paper clip charm. Another one of her cool ass tags. And don't worry, I'm not monetized, so I'm not going to get demonetized for swearing. Appreciate your concern. There's a cool like journaling spot. Some biohazard symbols. And then there is the center of the signature, which has this really cool like steampunk kind of aesthetic to it. And then some of this like really interesting anatomy. Her waist is so tiny, like we know that's not real. And some, is this the right way? This is the right way. A little journaling card that tucks in there. Oh, and this one came loose, but there's another one of those tags. Some more hand sewing. Another chunky term. And there's like some chains wrapped up in here, which is pretty neat. Just one of these cool images. Flips up, flips out, tucks in, spooky spider, and this cool like book page. Totally looks like they're surviving a post-apocalyptic world. And then in this tag, there's here, and then there's these like cool little scrap bits, like airplane luggage tags and stuff sewn in there. And then there's a little like fabric collage right there, and a little pocket with her little note to Kim, which I'm not going to flip out for you guys. That's for Kim. And then there's like, she did some, it's not like riveting, but she stuck some eyelets in there, which looks cool, like riveting. And that's pretty neat. Oh, where did you come from? I might have lost a paper clip in the binding. Oh, I hope not. Let's pray I did it, because I'll never find it again. Except that it's right here, and I found it again. Thanks for your faith. There we go. So that is... Oop, strict. There we go. Now he's back home. And then... looks like she grunged up this little piece of fabric to make a little tip in. There's her stamp. And that is the last page of April's signature. With some more cool artwork. So, on to the next one. This one is from Janine. And I'll link everybody's channels and stuff down below in case you guys aren't following them already or you haven't seen some of their work. Or if you like their stuff and you want to go check more of their stuff out, everybody's information will be in the description box down below. So, don't worry if you don't know who everybody is. So she did a belly band and she like fussy cut this cross out, which is really cool. And there's some of this really pretty like scrapbook paper on the back. Make sure you guys can see. There's like an eye printed back here and some of this like creepy cloth that she sewed to this pocket. And she did a bunch of wiring like stuff in her signature, which I thought was pretty neat. And really fun. And then this is like a little flip out, some coffee dyed paper, and then there's a little cute paper clip, and this little envelope with some owls on it. This is so cute. It looks like we caught him in the middle of something, like interrupted his day. And then there is a doily here, and some more of this really cool wire to make some belly bands. And a little collaged up guest check, which she added a little wax seal to. Although it might be a sticker of a wax seal. I think it is. But it's cool. Still pretty cool. And then there is some acetate, and that works as a little tuck spot for a little journaling card. There's a little kitty cat. And then this is really pretty. It looks like she fussy cut some more stuff out of maybe a Llewellyn book, which is neat. There's a little witch. And this little bag. Nice little collage here. And then, this might be some stamping. I'm going to say stamping. And then she fussy cut out this bird, made that into a tuck spot, and added some more of that fun wire-like texture to it. And then there's a little fabric tuck spot that holds these two nice sized journaling cards, some cool dragons, and then another one of those like fussy cut images with some more wire, and another tag, and then some more of that creepy cloth as a little tip up. There's a doily, some vellum, some of this really pretty like sprayed up paper. Pretty sure she used Lindy's Magicals or Lindy's Sprays. And then another envelope out of this cool like Gothic cathedral type thing. Place, I don't know. And then there's this really pretty piece, which also looks fussy cut. And then this folds out so you can like journal or tuck something back there. And then there is a pocket here at the center of the signature. And then another one on this side that also flips out. And she did some stamping on the background here, which is pretty cool. And then she did one of those cool x-ray like acetates, and there's a little piece of paper so you can see what it looks like. And some punching, vellum, some coffee dyed doily, one of her like stickers that she has, which I think she uses on her witch balls that she sells in her shop. And then I believe this is from Dolly's kit. Gypsy Rose Paperie, and that's like a helicopter. So okay, so the helicopter is mostly far away from me now. They're still really flying around my area, but hopefully they don't come back while I'm filming this. And there is another belly band out of some coffee dyed paper and another fussy cut image. I might have to like prop this up on this side so you guys can see it better. And another one of these cool like graveyardy type images. And grab a book. This is a sneak peek of another book coming up soon. Sure, we'll just put this back here so that maybe you guys can see it better. And then there is a clip here with another image in these tuck spots. And it holds down this image. She used some like cool glitter paste on, and there's like a raven back there she stitched around the other side of that bag with some more really pretty images she found. And then there's this like big skull tag and some of this like dyed up dictionary paper, or maybe encyclopedia paper, I don't know. And then for the back of her signature is this like cool like wooden type piece, and it holds this pretty like stamped tag. And she did some stamping on top of this image for some more cool journaling spots. There we go. And that's another doily. And there's some like washi tape collage down there. And another x-ray piece. Super neat. And then there is a little wax seal with her little initials on it. And then there's just this little pretty metallic fold up. And that's the end of Janine's signature. And the very last one is my signature, and I know the most about it, so thankfully we'll know what's going on a little better here. For my signature, I used some digi kits, which were like some cool scrapbooking, like digital scrapbooking kits where they give you all the pieces and then the backgrounds, and you can build your own kind of page. So I had a lot of fun like making my own journal kit out of that scrapbook kit, and I will link that down below in the description box too. I used 2 different kits, maybe 3, so you guys will be able to see how I took those pieces and put them together to make these pages, which was a lot of fun. Like, I got to be my own digital kit designer, which was kind of cool. So I put this little collage together on my computer in a photo editor. It was really easy. And for my take on the Gothic fantasy theme, I went for more of like a fairy tale theme, which is why my tags say Once Upon a Time. And I tried to include a bunch of cool monsters, so I printed this girl on vellum, and she's like a tip up, and then there's like a little image that explains what a banshee is. And I thought this girl kind of reminded me of like a banshee, so that's why I printed her on vellum, because she's like a spiritual banshee piece. I made 3 paper clips to go with these 3 tags, which I used some of this graphite texture spray from Prima, or texture paste from Prima, and just did some collaging on the background. And this is from Calico Collage, and it's on one of those timesheets. I got these from Lori, so thanks Lori. And then I altered some paper clips in the most extra way possible, using some book paper, some charms, a little bit of lace, some metallic charms, a tag that I inked on, used some wax on, used some of these die cuts I got from Shayna, also embossed, and then some really pretty fibers that I got from Fish Bay Elements, of course, on Etsy. And that just tucks in there. There is a lace tip up this little frog prince page. I used a fairy tale page, a book page that I got from Shane, I believe. There's some coffee dyed paper. The backs of the pages are covered with the grunge lace kit from Dreams Etc., which I will also try to remember to link down below. And I had a little bulb pin charm to it. To this page, not that one. There's some more of that kit, and then a little tuck spot where I fussy cut some elements from that from the kits, and then also used some washi sticker. And then I made some little journaling cards to go with it. And here's the anatomy of a melusine. Melusine? Never actually said that out loud. But it's another like mythological mermaid type creature. And she's got like a little body inside of her. She ate a dude, and that's fun. There's some stenciling on this bag. And then on this envelope is a 3D, like I popped her up on some 3D dots of this chick whose card I stuck in here. Jorogumo, which is like a cool Japanese folkloric woman that appears as a lady spider and traps men, which I thought was fun. And then on the back of the envelope I just did some fussy cutting and made a little collage out of some stuff from the kits. And then I did some embossing back here and made a little simple collage with some washi tape in the back and cut out these little spider legs to make her look like Jorogumo. And then I added a spider stamp with a big spider sticker over here. And then this is some more of that like purple paper I got from that Edgar Allan Poe journal. And then my next tag and the paper clip to go with it. Goes here. And then here is a little like flip out corner tuck spot with another one of the journaling cards I made. And then an image depicting La Llorona. And then I made a journaling card of La Llorona for her to journal on into this little pocket right here. And then on this side, this is La Segua, which is another cool like folkloric lady from Nicaragua. And she's got like a horse's skull, and so I just collaged that onto this cool like Victorian Gothic chick and added some more stuff that I fussy cut with some of this bat washi tape. And then on the back is a little collage spot. And then I added this little like... Alright, sorry for the weird jump cut. Some kids started playing outside and it got loud. So I added this little like quartz point to the end of this little bulb pin charm. And then here is Honeona. That's the bone woman. I didn't have a cool card for her, but she's another cool like figure from mythology that I thought was cool. And I tried to go like dark fairy tale with my whole theme on the Gothic fantasy. And then I added this little crow kit, which is from Dolly. And then there is a journaling card for the Manangal, which I made a card out of right here. And she's pretty cool. Like, she gets like on the attack and her top half separates and she flies around and hunts people down, which I thought was fun. And then there's another one of those pages I made. And then this is a little fold out pocket tuck spot with a journaling card and room for her to tuck some more stuff into. And then here's a quote from Edgar Allan Poe. Another one of those pages from the kit I made. And then this is Jenny Green Teeth. And I colored her green using some pastel. And, because initially this girl wasn't green. But I colored her green and I thought that was fun. And then I have a little Jenny Green Teeth. That's actually from Brian Froud. And then a little journaling card to go with that on the other side of this. So I had fun. I got to do some research and look up some cool, like, spooky fairy tale ladies and add them in. So this is a little bookmark, but I used it as a little paper clip tuck spot for this little owl in a jar, which is also from Dolly. And then some more of the kit. And then the very last tag. So some more of that really cool texture paste and some collaging over that calico collage image. And then the very last tag. Oop, I'll have to glue that guy back down. He was escaping. And there's a little leaf charm on it. And some pretty purple fibers to go with that. And then we're almost to the end. You guys are stuck in this long. You're champions. Made a little mushroom charm there. The other side of that fairy tale paper. And then here is a little Baba Yaga with her mortar and pestle. Oh my gosh. Her mortar and pestle that she rides around in, and she comes out, so she has a little tag, like riding spot. And then here's a little image of her house, which I kind of covered up. I wish I hadn't, but I did because I wanted to make this a pocket. Has like chicken's feet. So there's a little house, and there's a sweet little lady, and she's Baba Yaga. And then it's also a pocket with some info on Baba Yaga, flying around in her mortar and pestle. And then there is the very last page, and I didn't sign it or anything because I'm the chump who doesn't sign anything. And that is the end of the book. So as you can see, super huge book, lots of different takes on the same theme, really fun. And we're going to keep doing it again, so you'll see some more on some of the other channels of the people who contributed. And you'll see the different themes that we chose and how everybody took their different takes on it, which is just a lot of fun. And I think it's really nice to have like a book made up of like signatures from each of your friends, as opposed to just getting one book per friend, which of course I want one book per friend as well. But it's nice to have a book with like all your friends together. And I think that's really cool. Unfortunately, Dolly wasn't able to join us this go around, but maybe if we do this again next year or in the future, she'll join in for that. She's the only person who got left out, unfortunately, which is a little sad. It makes me sad, but she's really busy, so she wasn't able to join us this time. But she did do it in Janine's initial book, so you did get to see that in Kim's video on her channel. And I guess that's it for me, you guys. Until next time, be creative, try something new. Happy crafting. Bye!